Hey, welcome to Repetition and Contrast, where we provide tools for creative entrepreneurs. Today we're doing design studies, and specifically we're doing just the very beginning of color theory. And I always try to marry technical skills with knowledge skills. So we're also going to learn a little bit about how Illustrator works. So I'm going to create a new file. And this new file is going to be letter size, and it's going to be at in landscape. I'm going to say create, and now I'm going to click on my shape tool, my rectangle tool, and I'm going to convert it to an ellipse tool. I'm going to hold down shift while I click and drag, creating a circle. Then I'm going to use the align tools to pop that thing in the absolute center of my workspace. Now, to create a color wheel, we basically need 6 equal components. I'm making a basic color wheel, just primary and secondary colors. We need to have 6 equal components. So I'm going to go back to my shape tool and turn it into a rectangle tool. And I'm going to let Illustrator show me where the center of that is. And then I'm going to create a rectangle where the edge of the rectangle goes all the way through the center of that circle. I'm going to select both shapes. Now, I'm going to go to my shape builder tool and cut out a section of the circle. Then I'm going to use the direct selection tool in order to delete, whoops, I guess I can do it that way, to delete the section of this that I don't need. And now whenever I select part of my shape, I'm able to color it. And that's really what I'm going to do for all of the other sections, but it gets a little bit complicated. Because here's what happens. If I make another rectangle, even if I center it along the y-axis, if I go to rotate it, it's going to rotate from its center. It's not going to rotate it from the circle's center. And that's what I really need to do in order to make this thing cleanly. So I need to change the axis along which it's rotating. And the way that we do that is go to the rotation tool. By the way, you might not see the rotation tool in your set of tools. It is available if you go to Workspace. Essentials Classic is where I'm seeing it. It's available in some of the other workspaces, but I'm in Essentials Classic right now. And if you don't see this tool or any one of the other tools that I've mentioned, that is most likely why. So I can rotate this from any point I want to. If I go to the rotation tool and I hold down Option, and you can see that when I hold down Option, it changes the cursor just a little bit. And from anywhere that I place this axis, it's going to rotate the rectangle from that point, right? So what I want to do is I want to be able to put the point right in the center of that circle, but I can't really see the center of the circle right now. So in order to do so, what I'm going to do is generate a couple of guides. In order to do that, I'm going to go to View, Rulers, Show Rulers. I'm going to grab a ruler and put it on the artboard, and then I'm going to center it. I'm going to grab another ruler, put it on the artboard, and then I'm going to center it. And now I have 2 guides that are telling me exactly where I got to put that axis of rotation for my rectangle. So I'm going to select the rectangle. I'm going to go to my rotate tool. I'm going to hold down Option, and I'm going to click right where those guys meet, but right where those guides meet, and that will Illustrator will actually snap to those. So it should be pretty precise. And right now I've got my rotation angle set to -60. I could do 60. Either one is fine. I'm going to go to my selection tool, select all of my shapes, and now I'm going to use my shape builder tool. And again, I'm holding down Option while I don't guess I need to hold down Option. I can just set these guys up to work. Okay. So once again, I'm going to select the things that I no longer need. And I'm going to delete them. Again, I'm going to create a new rectangle. I'm going to center it. I'm going to rotate it from the point that I need to rotate it from. Option, click. I'm going to say -60. Now I'm going to select everything. And then I'm going to go to my shape builder tool and cut out all the things that I need. And once again, I'm going to delete the parts that I no longer need. Now I have 6 fairly even cuts. Okay, now we're ready to start adding color to this. I have dropped the formulas that I'm using into the notes for this particular video. But here's what's up. I want to make my first section red. So what I don't want to do is just go up here and hit red. What I want to do is make sure that it's following my formula. And that one's actually pretty close. So there we go, I have red. Now the next color in our color wheel is orange. So once again, I'm going to kind of get myself in the ballpark. But now I'm looking at my formula, and my formula for orange is cyan 0, magenta 62, yellow 100, K 0. My next color is yellow. My formula for yellow is cyan 0. I'm sorry, cyan 6, magenta 0, yellow 96, and K 0. My formula for green, which is our next color, is going to be cyan 69, magenta 0, yellow 100, and K 0. My formula for the next section, blue, is going to be cyan 89, magenta 77, yellow 0, and K 0. K meaning black, by the way. And then my formula for purple, or violet, or whatever you want to call it, is going to be cyan 43, magenta 94, yellow 0, and K 0. All right. And so now that completes my color wheel. Now that I have a color wheel, I'm going to select the whole thing. I'm going to make sure the whole thing's grouped so it's one unit. I'm going to reduce it in scale. And now I have a basic color wheel. I'm going to explore value studies in relationship to this and talk a little bit more about them thoroughly next week.